Richard is next from South Shields. Hi, Richard.
Hello, Alan.
Hello there.
I've got a few things for you, right?
Okay.
Right. Do you know, I've been talking about things like the Nostradamus and that.
Aha.
Right. I've been coming up with a few things, right? These ideas. Do you know the Enigma code?
Right.
Right. Well, do you think the brain can get codes like? Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Like that. The reason being is because, like, do you know how you got codes like the Enigma code and binary code for computers and all of these other codes, right? Well, how comes the brain, right? It sees things, right? But it sees things upside down.
Right.
Right? Because I've been looking in the libraries and that, and I've been duped. You know what I mean? Basically, I can't find anything to do with the Enigma code, like something that I can learn off. Nothing to do with binary code, right? That's like computer language or anything like that. And I've just been duped. Do you know what I mean? Because, like, yeah, there's loads of things that I've been looking through, right? And, like, do you know the only thing that it come out as? Do you know the music of The Great Escape, the theme tune of The Great Escape? Like, do-do, do-do-do-do-do, and that one. Do you know what I mean? And that's the only thing that I could get that was done in binary code or anything to do with the Enigma code. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So it was like written in music notes, but they actually put it into computer stuff. So it's like binary code, so you can actually get it in zeros and ones.
Right.
So, like, if you've got, like, a computer, you put, like, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, and all that in. And it actually works, right? So the music comes up. But that's the only thing that I can get. And I've been looking all over. But there's got to be loads of people out there that know what I'm talking about.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Because, like Nostradamus uses 3 languages, right? Like, for to put his stuff in a book.
Yeah.
Right?
But why do you think he did that? Why didn't he just write it in French? Because he was French.
Well, according to that, he had to keep it secret because he didn't want to tell anybody who he was.
Well, what was the point? What was the point of writing it if he wanted to keep it a secret?
Well, it's like the Enigma code, isn't it? The Germans used the Enigma code so that we couldn't find out where to drop the bombs or whatever.
But that had a purpose. That was during wartime, and it was to be used against an enemy. The whole thing with Nostradamus was just for the glorification of Nostradamus, and he was telling people that only the wisest minds would understand.
That's what I mean.
When the fact of the matter was that nobody understood because it's all piffle, and it was piffle then and it's still piffle now. And the fact that people sit down and even bother
thinking about it.
Yeah, I just don't understand, because you'll read a book that's like the 15th translation, and everybody that translates the original comes up with something completely different, which therefore equals it's just tosh, of course.
But if you think about all of these things like a computer, right? There's some people that can work a computer and write all of these programs and all that.
Yeah.
Yet there's other people that can't. Do you know what I mean?
But that's the same about every subject on the planet, isn't it? There's some people that understand the way that nature works, there's other people that don't, there's some people that understand chemistry and there's others that don't. Doesn't mean that one person is super intelligent and really clever. He's just pulled the wool over the eyes of the world, hasn't he?
No, but to get things like that, you must have to do it. Like a computer. Like this Bill Gates, right? He wrote all of these things for Windows and that, right?
Yeah.
Now, if you think about him sitting there, writing all of these computers and that, like in language, that he's got all of these things, can you imagine how long it would take somebody that couldn't do it? Do you know what I mean? Well, if you think about him and then compare him with someone like Nostradamus, or think about all of these other people like computer programmers.
Yeah, but you see, the comparison you're making is compare Bill Gates with Nostradamus. Bill Gates did something complicated and translated it in a way that everybody understood it. Nostradamus talked crap and and people who seem to think that he's got all of this gift, he hasn't given humanity one single thing. Bill Gates has. He's given us all of this computer language that when it's broken down, the common man, the ordinary bloke, the ordinary woman can understand. Nostradamus gave us bilge back then. All these years on, it's still bull, isn't it?
Yes,
so that's not giving us anything. You can't compare the two.
Well, an inventor, right? Someone like that invents things like computers and that, right? In computer language, that builds computers. Do you know, like that Sinclair? He built all of them things like electric vehicles and cars and all of that computer stuff. Well, how comes you've got people like that, right, that can do this? Now, they've got binary code. They've got also trinary code and pentagon code, where they use it in the Pentagon, right? And nobody can get in the Pentagon unless they've got all of these codes and that, right? And you've got like iris codes now, which is like these things that David Blunkett's trying to do. You know what I mean? Where it's like on a card and it's got your iris and your everything, you like your DNA. Well, why is that the thing? You know what I mean? Because if you go back to German times, you had to have something like a pass for to go through all of these countries, like in Germany, when the war was on. So if the same thing there, right, you had to have a pass in Germany. Like a police officer's got to have a warrant card, or a doctor's got to have a doctor's card. But why do all of these people have all of these things, right? It's the same as the Enigma code, but it's just like passed about.
Well, it isn't. It isn't the same as the Enigma code.
Well, yeah, it is. Well, you've got to have a passport.
How is a policeman's warrant card the same as the Enigma code?
Well, you've on the back, right? It's got a code number. Do you know, like a barcode?
Yeah.
A barcode is exactly the same as the Enigma code. Do you know what I mean? It's like when you do it on a computer.
If that was the case, how come so many people duplicate passports and steal passports and put new photographs?
That's exactly it. But all of these things like the FBI, right, and all of these other people like the CIA or Secret Services and all that, they've got all of these things. But they can't do it neither. It seems like trying to forge a £20 note, do you know what I mean? If you know how to do these computer stuff, you can do it. But why is it that all of these things that they say that these people can't do, they can? You need a passport for to go to another country. Or you need all of these other things, right? And they've been trying in politics, like this Tony Blair, in our government, Labour government now. He's turning around saying about all of these things, where you need them. But like, a driving license got your photograph on. A credit card's got your photograph on, right? It's got in the thing, I love PIN. So you put a 4-digit PIN number in, and you get your groceries or whatever. So why do we need all of this anyway? Do you know what I mean? Because like the Enigma code, I don't know what to do with it. I haven't got a clue what they're all saying in the German language and that.
So why are you wrapped up in it? I just had an email from Mitch. This guy's an idiot. Why does he want to use 10101? Even advanced PC users and programmers would never write in binary. He's annoying and has obviously got too much time on his hands.
But if you want to program computers, what you're supposed to use, you've got to use binary code, haven't you?
I've got no idea. I don't program computers. I get the disk the same as the vast majority of people, and you slide it in, you set it up, and you just let it roll.
No, but for to write your own game, do you know what I mean? Like to program it, something like Gran Turismo 3 or Gran Turismo 4 or another game like.
But you don't do that. So why are you bothering with it?
No, but you can program computers.
Yeah, well you can, but you don't. So why do you bother?
Well, that's what I mean. I'm trying to, you know what I mean? But it's really difficult for me because I'm not clever enough, I don't think.
Right, okay. Well, do you want to talk about anything else then, Rich?
Yes, right. I want one more here, right? The lottery, right? About the numbers game, right? But they had this thing in America, it was called the numbers game racket, what the people, like, had to have. Is ours the same thing, the lottery? Because if that lottery is the same thing as the Enigma code, and this stuff that we kind of get, all of these Germans and all that know how to do it. And America knows how to do it, like Bill Gates, and put the lottery numbers in that on.
You're going back round the same garden again, I'm afraid, Richard, so I'm moving on. Thanks for calling.